Good morning, everyone. It's new every morning. And here we are once again, December 18th, 2025. We're getting closer to Christmas. It's a beautiful morning. It's 7:30. And I know I have some morning warriors out there that are going to be watching me live, and I'm excited about that. Of course, you can watch us any time of the day because this is great information at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, as well as 7:30 in the morning. So I'm glad I have some of you with me this morning. I'm excited about the information I have. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So let's just wind the music down. Yes, I am the host, Tim Koger, of this podcast. I am also the director and the production person, and I do it all. As you might guess, I do it all. So this is podcast number 42. That means we have 8 more, at least, to 50. That was my goal, to get to 50, which will happen sometime this month. And so we'll see where we go after 50. If the audience continues to grow and gets big enough, we'll continue it. I may, instead of doing it every day, Monday through Friday, I may start doing it just a couple days. We'll see. Like I said, it's based on the audience. You know, if the audience is big enough, and I have a number in my head, so we'll see where we go. But it's a decent day here in Central West Virginia. It's overcast, not real cold. I didn't check the temperature, but I know it's not real cold out there. And so we'll get this thing going. I hope you had a good day yesterday. I had a much better day yesterday than I did the day before, for people that heard about my Tuesday on my last episode, my last podcast yesterday. Good morning, Donna. Nice to have you along. I got some interesting stuff here. I'm going to be all over the place. And so we'll get started with, what is the classic cookie all Americans want this Christmas? What is the top cookie that people want at Christmas time? Well, you won't believe, well, maybe you will believe what it is. I was really surprised. It is, through this survey that Target and some other people did, I don't know who did it, gingerbread cookies. Yeah. It is the most popular holiday cookie in 38 of the states, of our 50 states this year. Gingerbread. Good morning, Lisa. Nice to have you. So, I don't know, do you all like gingerbread? I'm not really a big fan, but apparently it's something that a lot of people want. Now, gingerbread, it comes from, it's been around it's a European thing, centuries long, the traditions, the seasonal flavors. It's just kind of a traditional cookie, but that's what people are wanting. Now, in some of the other states, there were 2 other cookies that topped other states. That was at 38 states. I don't have the list of the states, but sugar cookies was number 1 in some states, including West Virginia, where I live. And shortbread cookies was the favorite in some states. So there is some diversity, but I will have to tell you, in all honesty, that of gingerbread, sugar cookies, and shortbread, none of those are really my favorite cookies for the holiday season. Maybe I'm different, I don't know. I have some other ones that I like. I may talk about those someday, but anyway, those are the 3 most popular state by state. And of course, gingerbread's number 1 in 38 states. So there you go. Take with that as you want. Feel free to share your favorite holiday cookie if that's not it. Yeah, gingerbread just doesn't do it for me. I'm not a fan. Okay, we're going to go back and, that's the reason, Sue, Lisa, that's the reason that sugar cookies was number 1 in West Virginia, because we're not gingerbread people. Of course, there may be some people come on here. I just can't do gingerbread, really. I don't eat gingerbread cookies. Anyway, so I want to take you back down a little bit about memory lane, okay? See what you all think about the prices of the hottest toys in respective years, followed by the buying power in 2025. So I'm going to go through some of these toys from past years and tell you how much it would cost today. Yeah, absolutely. Nope. Don't like gingerbread. I'm with you. I mean, I don't understand it. What's wrong with these states? I don't understand gingerbread cookies. We need to come up with a gingerbread fan so they can explain why they like gingerbread cookies. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so here are some of the some past favorite toys and what they cost when they were sold compared to what they would cost now if they're even available. And some of them are available now, some of them aren't. But here we go. So the first one is Rubik's Cube. Came out in 1980. It was $1.99. Today, and I think you can still buy these, they're $7.49. So they went up quite a bit in respect to, but a lot of these toys did not do that. But anyway, $1.99 to $7.49 today, Rubik's Cube. Cabbage Patch Dolls, $21.83, which is pretty hefty for 1983. Today, they're $67.33. So they tripled, we would say, in rough math that I just did. So, it costs 3 times as much today. If you can buy a Cabbage Patch, I don't know. I think probably you can. But $21. So Beanie Babies. You might remember Beanie Babies? Yeah, I do. They were $5 in 1995. Pretty cheap toy. Well, they're only $10.58 today, so they've only doubled. Beanie Babies are a good bargain today if you want a Beanie Baby, which I don't, but they've only doubled. Tickle Me Elmo. Tickle Me Elmo in 1996 was $28.99. $28.99. Today it's $59.37. So once again, it's just about doubled. Tickle Me Elmo, are they available? I don't know. Sue has some beanies. Furby, 1988. Furby came out at $29.99, and it is now $59.43 buying power today. So it's about doubled. It's about doubled. And the last one I have is Guitar Hero. This is in 2007. That's something, a little bit different. It was $90 in 2007, and it's $139.18 today. So it hasn't even doubled. It hasn't got close doubling. It's going up about $40. Of course, 2007's, more recent than 1990 and 1980. And so really the Rubik's Cube has gone up the most. Of course, it's also the oldest of all these in 1980, but it's gone up 4 times, whereas some of them have not done that. But anyway, that's kind of going back to look at some of the most popular toys. Since my kids are now adults, I don't follow as much I don't have any idea what the current toys that are popular are. I don't know. But anyway, so there we go. That's memory lane of toys. Okay, so the next story, I'll just tell it. I'll just tell it to you, and you can get out of what you want. Sue also has Furby and Guitar Hero. Okay, so a Missouri woman on Thursday received SNAP funds complaining about being able to buy real food with the program. Now, this is according to TV station KMOV in St. Louis. Now, in my opinion, this is Tim's opinion, the SNAP system has been way out of control. It's not anywhere near what it's supposed to do. People are abusing it. They're taking advantage of it. And it was designed to do one thing and it's doing something totally different now. So the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, announced on Wednesday that they're approving a waiver request from Missouri and 5 other states to restrict the purchase of candy and sugar-sweet drinks that will start in October of 2026. Okay, now SNAP, for you that don't know, sometimes called food stamps, is a program run through the Department of Agriculture in conjunction with states, intending to bolster the grocery budget of low-income families, allowing them to purchase. Are you ready for the quote? Nutritious food essential to health and well-being. That's the design of SNAP. Nutritious food essential to health and well-being. That's a quote right out of the handbook of what SNAP is supposed to be doing. So as of Tuesday, 18 states have received waivers to prohibit the use of SNAP benefits for junk food, according to the USDA website. Now, I think West Virginia is one of those as of October of next year. Now, this poor Hannah Moore, this poor lady, she's worried about whether parents will be able to purchase snacks that their kids like to eat. So they don't like nutritious stuff. They like sugar-filled stuff. So she's worried that they're not going to be able to find things that they like to eat that are actually good for them. That's what she's worried about. Now, I have some quotes from her, okay, to give you perspective. And I think Hannah Moore is not alone. I think there's a lot of people across the country that are going to complain about this and not like it because SNAP is out of control. And that people have been buying all kinds of stuff that it was not designed to do. But let me quote her a couple more times. She complained in the story that restrictions were, and I quote, not even cool. She didn't put man at the end of it, but not even cool, man. She just said not even cool. She didn't say man. That was my interpretation. And she also said, and you ready? And this, I think this shows the problem that SNAP has. This is her quote. What is the point of food stamps if it's just for real food? That is the point of food stamps. For real food. It's not for junk, but that's what it's turned into. So anyway, their states are going that direction. Not all states, but states that want to have healthier children are going that direction. That's my opinion. If you want to buy them sugar, that's your prerogative, but SNAP shouldn't buy it for you. They're designed to buy you nutritious stuff. So let me step off my high step there and move on to the next thing. So I love this story. Moses Mathis likely didn't expect to become Santa's helper when a needy child approached him decades ago about help for a repaired old raggedy bike. Now, Mathis knew the difference a bike could make in the life of a child. Now, this is all from the Fayetteville Observer in North Carolina. So he helped the boy. More than 2 decades later, he has been giving away hundreds of bikes each year. Or he has. I mean, it's decades ago. By 1990, he had been doing it for a long time. By 1990, he was known as the Bicycle Man, as he collected bikes and repaired them and gave them away to kids all over the place, right out of his garage. From these small beginnings grew a North Carolina charity that now donates thousands of bikes annually, giving the gift of fun, transportation, freedom to kids who might not even receive anything for Christmas. As you might guess, Mr. Mathis gave away whatever. The charity outlived Mathis because he has already passed away. And after he passed away, his wife Ann continued the program. And she was then called the Bicycle Lady. And she did it for another 10 years. Now, the program has continued to run because what's so great about this is it's outlived, Mr. Mathis and the way he started it. Because now the program is run by Bernie Bogarty Harvey, a member of the Bicycle Man Foundation Board of Directors, whose son was one of the first children to receive a bike from Mathis. So he's inspired, obviously, and he wanted to see it go on. And Bernie said, which currently runs this somewhat large foundation, it was Moses's vision. If a child didn't get anything for Christmas, at least he got a bicycle. That's what Bernie said. And that's so true. This year they're going to give out roughly 2,500 bikes to children. See, the love continues. Once someone starts something like that, it can go on and on and on. I'm definitely going to run over my 15 minutes today. I hope you guys are okay with that. There is a new video by a pro-life organization, Life Action, that uses technology to bring home the reality of life in the womb. Okay, now, because this information is so visual, I'm not going to talk about much of that, but I did post a story on my Facebook page. It's mostly a video. There's a story, but there's a video that's absolutely unbelievable. So, if you want to see this video, go to my Facebook page. I posted it, 20 minutes, a half an hour ago. It's a great video. It's from Live Action, and it really takes the whole process of that process going through. I mean, it's a great video, and there's information there. So if you want to see that, go to my Facebook page. It's absolutely awesome. And I watched it this morning, and so I linked it. I didn't link it on here. I just put it on my Facebook page. Okay, so my last story is, how religious are U.S. adults? A little bit of hot tea that's now lukewarm. Now, is it strongly, how much religion are kids getting in their homes? Basically, that's what the story is about. And there's, it's a survey, and there's information here. And so, how are parents raising their children when it comes to religion? Okay, this is a 2025 May survey, and these are the questions they ask these parents. How often their children attend religious services? How often do they talk to their kids about religion? How religious is their household? Do children use the same religion, and so on and so on. This is what we found out. Okay, well, they found out. 43% of parents say children attend religious services at least monthly. So 43% of their kids go to a religious service monthly. Now, these are under 18 children, okay? So it's not your adult children. 25% say they talk with their children about religion very often, or additional things.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Careful today.
I will. You too. See that? I got a kiss from my wife. She's leaving before I do this morning. Very unusual. Anyway, oh my gosh, I've lost my presence of mind. 31% that they do it somewhat often. So 25% say they talk with their children a lot, and 31% they do it somewhat. 22% of adults in the U.S. say that they are raising their children in a very religious household. 22%. 34% say their children are being raised in a somewhat religious household. So somewhat religious and very religious gets over 50%. It's 56%. I did some quick math there. 56%. So that's over half. Is that good? Is that a good number? I mean, many U.S. parents say their children regularly, participate in religious groups. Okay, so let me give you some other statistics. 46% say that they say prayers at night. 43% say grace before meals. 43%. 43% say that their kids read religious stories. 37% they would listen to religious music. I'm surprised that's not higher. 28% do religious arts and crafts. So basically, overall, 27% of the parents say their children take part in at least 4 of these activities on a regular basis. Now, 27%, that's about 1 in 4. And those things were saying prayers at night, grace before meals, reading religious stories, listening to religious music, or doing arts and crafts. 27% think their kids are doing that. And we wonder why, things are changing. Now, I have one more statistic, and then I'll get off of here. But so do parents say that their children are doing the same religion as they are after they're over 18? So they're adult children. Okay? Among parents with children under 18, they say 81%. But as they become adults, that number goes down to if let me get this clear. If they were following them under 18, 81%, then after they became over 18, adult children, it goes down to 64%. So basically we're saying that there are people out there that once they become adults, they find something else to follow different from what they were growing up. And you always hear people say, well, I've heard people say that, well, the kids are always going to be, like the way they grew up. And that's true for the most part. But it's good to know that adult children can find their own faith. Not a lot of them, but some. So anyway, those are the statistics I have. I hope you got something out of that. The bottom line to me is that, 27% of kids are doing at least 4 of those activities. Things that, children, if they're growing up in a Christian home, I can't speak to other religions, in a Christian home, they should be doing those things. So parents, be an example out there. Talk to your children about God and be an example. Pray over food, for goodness sakes. Listen to religious music. Have them say prayers at night when they're young, and they'll grow up to say prayers at night when they're old. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to wind it up. You guys have a great day. Be blessed. It's a beautiful day to be outside. It's supposed to be nice today, I think, in Central West Virginia, and hopefully where you are. Be blessed. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Bye-bye.